Okay, this is gonna be the hard part, getting it off the, like rolling it without it rolling away.
Okay, we're gonna do control, because I'm not confident I can stop this.
Wait. Can you stop? Are you able to stop? You should both be back. Yeah. Just before
Oh my god.
Behind me is something super exciting. This is not it, actually. This is what we're gonna be working on. It's an 80 series Land Cruiser rolling chassis. This chassis is the start of the biggest and most complicated build I've ever taken on. And honestly, there's a good chance it doesn't work. Okay, so to my knowledge, I'm attempting a Land Cruiser build that I have not yet seen done before. Now, the idea of it is simple, but the execution will not be. I'm going to try to build a custom Land Cruiser that is very well suited for long distance travel and is serviceable in North America. A lot of these overseas Land Cruisers that people import and use to travel in North America are great trucks, but once you start breaking stuff and you have to find parts to replace, they can become a real headache. In my experience, it can take days, if not weeks, to get the parts that you're looking for if you break down. I experienced this firsthand from our Troopy that we imported from Australia. Now, the vehicle itself was fantastic, but I was always afraid of taking it on long distance overland travel trips in the fear that if we broke down, it would be very hard to get parts. It's a very obscure vehicle for North America. Even though it's great to travel in, it has to be serviceable. So the idea with this build is to combine the best of both worlds. A body style that's great to live out of on a platform that actually makes sense to live with and service in North America. I've never done a build to this scale before, and it could all go sideways really quickly. There's no instruction manual for a build like this, and no guarantee that it works, but I'm gonna give it a try anyway. Today, I need to strip the axles down. The axles are coming out. Everything needs to be sandblasted. The diffs, the frame, like everything, the axle housings, it's gotta all be stripped back. All the nuts and bolts are coming out of everything, and everything is gonna get a recoat before the new engine and tranny and body sit on top of this chassis, and it eventually rolls out of this shop in a couple of months' time. Let me tell you a little bit about why I wanted to go with this 80 series chassis. One, it is a very, very strong Land Cruiser chassis that's coil sprung all around. Our Troopy was leaf sprung, and man, that is a harsh ride. If you've spent an extended period of time in a leaf sprung 70 series Land Cruiser, you know that those things are slow, loud, and they ride really, really rough. You know what? I'm almost 30 now. I can appreciate a little bit of comfort. That's why the 80 series chassis on coil springs is really, really appealing to me. For the sake of my back, I had to give up the leaf springs, sold the Troopy. It's being replaced by our new project here. So don't be too upset that the Troopy's gone. The last point that I really wanted, the solid axles. The 80 series maintains the solid axles front and rear, and it just makes a bomb-proof setup for these Land Cruisers. Let's get into tearing apart this chassis. I gotta pull this old diff fluid out. I gotta drop this fluid before stripping the rest of the axle down. So let's see what this old fluid looks like. No. That's horrible. But I mean, you could totally have seen that coming. Now let's see if the drain plug is seized. Ready to see what's in here? Ooh, sludgy. That is thick like molasses. Woo! I'm interested to crack these differentials open and see what the gears look like. While that front diff is draining, let's start tearing into this rear axle. I'm gonna pull the shafts out, disassemble the hubs so that we're just left with the third member and the axle housing, and then we'll pull the whole thing out from underneath the frame. That, I think, is about as far as we are going to take this hub. All right, we got one hub assembly torn apart, 3 more to go. So the Land Cruiser hubs are kind of interesting because you actually have to be quite aggressive with the way you pop some of these washers out. This cone washer needs to come out before we can pull this whole assembly off. Watch, you will watch this cone washer pop out. See how that popped out? Now we can slide this out here. And there is the washer. I've heard a lot of good mechanics over the years say that you really shouldn't be taking a hammer to your car, but the Land Cruiser is a different beast altogether. And the fact that you have to smack the hubs around a little bit to pop these little washers out, it's kind of cool, but it's the Land Cruiser way, and it's why we love these things, because you can literally disassemble them with a hammer. Well, that sheared my bit. All right, looks like we're not using an impact. Oh, look at that. That is a greasy hub. Yeah. Both hub assemblies on the front axle officially dismantled. Got them all shined up, polished up. There was a lot of grease hanging out in here that we had to get rid of. So that took me a little bit of time. Now I just need to undo the front control arms here on this axle, and it will be free to drop out. We're making some progress on this frame, actually. Pull this jack stand out, and And then when I lower the frame, I'm gonna lower it onto the other jack stands, and then the axle will just continue to fall to the ground. But the thing is now, bringing these jacks down at the same time. Holy. Productive day, got the front axle disassembled and on jack stands. That's a wrap on today. We will see you tomorrow. New day in the garage. Today I need to work on getting the rest of the frame stripped down, remove the control arms. There's a couple of brake lines left here. Just a couple of miscellaneous brackets that need to come off the frame. Then we're going to take it off to be sandblasted. And then I got to start doing some research on what kind of coating I'm gonna put on this frame. I don't know yet. This is all new to me, but we'll see. We're making some good progress. All right, so here's the reason that I'm taking these brackets off, all of these little brackets all over the frame. And it's because I want to get underneath that to remove all of this surface rust here. We want to get rid of all of this stuff. That's underneath the bracket, and that's got to go. We want this frame to last for a long, long time, and so we don't want any hidden rust under any brackets lingering after we sandblast it. Before I go, I wanted to touch on something that I've been thinking about for a couple days, and that is, how am I gonna get all this done? I am in so far over my head on this, and I can't even explain it to you guys, but I have some confidence. And the reason I have confidence is because I came to a realization it's a very, very overwhelming project. If I look at the entire project, this is a lot of work, basically building a vehicle from scratch. I'm gonna learn a lot on this process, but the thing that I've realized is you can build anything you wanna build, and all it takes is time under tension. Similar to working out in the gym, building muscle, building your investment portfolio, building a YouTube channel, building a vehicle, it's all the same. And the secret I have found is time under tension, time doing work, time learning, just putting in the time into the project, doing the things, doing small amounts of things, big things, or whatever it is that you're trying to build. It just comes down to time under tension, and it's gonna be the same with this project too. So when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I remind myself that all it takes is time, and it'll get done. Also, to break it down into smaller increments and not look at the entire project as a whole, but look at small individual jobs that I have to do in the upcoming future. For instance, stripping down the axles and stripping down the frame. That is now done, and I can move on to my next step, and that is how I'm going to approach this entire project, is one step at a time. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next episode.